Yeah, this is the Marv 800 back once again, and today I'm going to review the Hulk Hogan's Unreleased Collector Series. Now, I think I reviewed this before, but this time I'm going to go a little bit deeper in depth on this one, and review a little bit more on the Hulkster, baby. What you going to do when the 24-inch pythons would run on you, brother? We're going to review it right now. Hulk Hogan has 24-inch guns, baby. Right now, we're going to review it. Okay. So there you see Hulk Hogan's Unreleased Collector's Eye card, him ripping his shirt off in the front. Now this picture's been used quite a bit before, but it's still a very good shot of the Hulkster. This is probably circa, I'm going to say, circa 1991, probably, because you can tell by his shirt and the band with the writing. It looks like it's about circa 1991. It's a shot in the back. There's what the back looks like. View of this. Okay, and I'm going to open it up. There you see the artwork when you open it up. Great artwork. Now, why would you want to download this when you can buy the artwork like this? Look at that. And get that when you download. I'm not a guy that downloads my movies, so look at that. Look at the artwork on that. That is nice. There he is from 1987 with the belt. Circa 1987. It's just nice and nice. There he is from 2002 when you come back. And of course, the discs are all the same. There's the disc. Okay, now I'm going to get into the matches. I love this DVD a lot. I mean, they really went in depth with this Hulk Hogan DVD. I don't care what anybody says about Hulk Hogan. This was a good one. The matches they put on here are just awesome. Like really rare ones. Okay, disc 1, Path to Immortality. Hulk Hogan versus Harry Valdez, Championship Wrestling, November 13th, 1979, squash match. Hogan makes his Worldwide Wrestling Federation debut against Harry Valdez, which is basically just a squash match. First major obstacle, WWE Championship Backlund versus Hulk Hogan from Philadelphia, PA, April 12, 1980. Now that match was very good. They went almost, I think they went like some 30 minutes, and people that don't think Hulk Hogan can't wrestle, check that match out. He did some unbelievable things in that match I've never even seen Hogan do. And a lot of people said Hogan can't wrestle, he was always a brawler, but I'm telling you, some of his matches he could prove it. Like that one against Backlund or his win against the Ultimate Warrior, he could prove he could wrestle if you had to. But definitely check that one out against him against Backlund. That was just an awesome match. A work in progress handicap match, Hulk Hogan versus Steve King, Angelo Gomez, another squash match from All-Star Wrestling, September 10th, 1980. Now that's not the same one they put on the Hulk Still Rules, but I think the other one was Steve King and, who was the other guy? Steve King was on the other one too. It was not Angelo Gomez, it was another guy they put in there. A lot of people thought it was the same match, but they're different, the one on the Hulk Still Rules set. Building momentum. Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan from Madison Square Garden, September 22nd, 1980. Gorilla Monsoon, special guest referee. And that was, of course, another match where Hulk Hogan picked up Andre the Giant, body slams him, and a simple standing body slam. Like, he just stood there and picked up one spot, which is a lot of people don't know how hard that is to do. That takes a lot of power to do that, to pick up something that big and just slam out of nowhere. So, yeah, that one was a very good match. Of course, Andre wins that day, but Hogan gave him a good battle in that one against Andre the Giant. When Hogan was still a heel. And, of course, Andre was a fan favorite. Andre had the longer hairstyle then. Really good match. Okay, an emerging star handicap match. Hulk Hogan versus Nick Bockwinkel and Bobby the Brain Heenan, American Wrestling Association. Also on the new Bobby the Brain Heenan DVD. That was from May 2nd, 1982, even though they have 81, which is an error because Hulk Hogan did not debut until July of 1981 AEW. May of 81 he was still in WWE. Why they have May 2nd, 1981, I have no idea, but that's definitely an error for their date. It should be 82, I believe. Hulkamania is here. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T in a grocery store, Tuesday Night Titans, sketch from March 22nd, 1985. Penn Maryland, WWE Championship match, Hulk Hogan versus Randy Macho Man Savage, Detroit, Michigan, April 26, 86. That was a very good matchup between Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Who was the commentators in that match now? You don't really hear them very often call WWE matches. Killer Ken Resnick, which came from the AWA, was one of the guys, and who was the other one? And Jack Reynolds was the other commentary for that match, which was very cool to hear them guys do commentary, because you never heard them do too many commentary matches for WWE. They were just with WWE a very short period, so you didn't really get to hear them a lot on commentary, but you get to on that match, which is pretty cool. Your Red Bank Cowards, Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog versus Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy from Maple Leaf Gardens, May 4th, 1986. Very cool. They put a Maple Leaf Gardens match on here, which is really good to see matches from the old Maple Leaf Gardens. The match between Hogan and Dog versus Bundy and Studd was really good. Very good matchup between those tag teams. Very good. Bundy and Studd at that time in '86 really gained momentum. They got numerous shots against the Bulldogs for the tag team titles, and they never won it, but they still was a very feared and very awesome tag team together, Bundy and Studd. Okay, a snake pit with Hulk Hogan, All-American Wrestling, March 29th, 1987. The Legends Grows WB Championship match, Hulk Hogan versus Kamala from Houston, from June 26, 1987. And that was one of his many battles with Kamala in 1987. They had a number of battles in late 86 or 1987 throughout 87, Hogan and Kamala, which is really good. The one from Houston, Texas was pretty good. That was just a couple months before the Paul Bosch retirement card from August of 87, which Hogan fought One Man Gang that night and beat him on the Paul Bosch retirement card. But this was a couple months before when he fought Kamala, which was a really good one. That was pretty good against him and Kamala. Jim Harris, he does a pretty good job in that match. The Power of the Hulkamaniacs WWE Championship match, Hulk Hogan versus Killer Khan from the old Boston Garden, September 12, 1987. Another classic battle between Hogan and Khan. Rare gem. A lot of these matches, like I said, are not for only people that were there in the arena that night. I've not been seeing a lot of these old house show matches, which are pretty cool. They put out this on the DVD match that a lot of people have never seen, which is really good for a change. They do this on this Hulk Hogan DVD. Instead of putting matches people seen a million times, they really put some rare gems on this DVD, which was nice. At Gang of Destruction, WB Championship match, Hulk Hogan versus One Man Gang, Philadelphia, PA, December 5th, 1987. Match between the Gang and Hogan. That one from Philadelphia, PA was really good. They had a number of battles also that year in 87, including the one I just mentioned about the Paul Bosch retirement card. But that one from the Philadelphia, PA was really good. They really went at each other, Hogan Gang, very good. That was just a couple months before Akeem. A few months later, he would, of course, become Akeem One Man Gang. But that was a pretty good match they had from December of 87. Okay, simpler Ravish and WB Championship match, Hulk Hogan versus Ravish and Rick Rude from the Boston Garden, January 9th, 1988. That was a really good match between Rude and Hogan. I think they fought a couple times in early 1988, Hogan. They had a couple other matches, one at Maple Leaf Gardens, I believe, too. The one they put on here was from the Boston Garden, but they also had a match at Maple Leaf Gardens where I think Rude won by countout. But this one was when they fought at the Boston Garden, where Hogan ends up pinning Rude at the end of it. But I think it was either a week before or something. Yeah, they had a match, I think, at Maple Leaf Gardens, and I believe Rude beat Hogan by countout. But yeah, so anyways, Corporate Greed, Hulk Hogan and Bam Bam Bigelow versus $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase and Virgil. Maple Leaf Wrestling, March 12, 1988 from Hamilton, Ontario. That was really good when you have Nick Bonquinkle as one of the commentaries in that match. I think the other one's Craig DeGeorge, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it was that called for that match, which was not too bad of a match. It was alright, but it was pretty good. The Evil Empire WWB Championship match, Hulk Hogan versus King Haku from Los Angeles, California, October 16, 1988. Rare match against Haku. The Corporate Prison Guard WWB Championship match, Hogan versus the Boss Man from Los Angeles, California, December 17, 1988. That feud between him and Boss Man in 88, early 1989 was really good. He had a feud going with the Twin Towers a couple weeks before this at the Survivor Series. Of course, you know what, the big Boss Man that did to Hulk Hogan, tying him up and that with the handcuffs and that, and humiliating him on national TV and stuff. They really had a good feud going, Hogan and the Boss Man. Okay, Hulk Hogan's promo on Randy Macho Man Style Wrestling Challenge, February 25th, 1989, Mega Powers Explosion. WWE Championship match, Hogan versus Randy Macho Man Savage from the Boston Garden, June 3rd, 1989, which is a really good one. That's a rare one to find. The one from Boston Garden, Hogan versus Savage, very hard one to find that match. That was pretty cool. They put that one on there. Hulk Hogan's promo on the Ultimate Warrior Wrestling Challenge, March 31st, 1990. The Natural Disaster, Hulk Hogan versus Earthquake, Madison Square Garden, April 30th, 1990. That's the famous one, I think, where Hogan, yeah, Jimmy Hart ends up coming in. I think Hogan wins that one by DQ, but there was one they had, it was a couple weeks before this or after, I can't remember exactly if it was a couple weeks before or after, where Earthquake ended up beating him by count out Hulk Hogan. I think Dino Bravo interfered, I believe, caused Hogan to be counted out of the ring. Hulk Hogan's promo on Sergeant Slaughter Wrestling Challenge, March 23rd, 1991. The Turncoat WB Championship match, Hogan versus Slaughter from London, England, April 24th, 1991. That was their post-WrestleMania rematch. Was the head in London, England, which was a really good one. I enjoyed that one, Hogan versus Slaughter. You can see Slaughter try to pick the chair at the end of that one. Real World Champion, Hulk Hogan versus Nature Boy from Madison Square Garden, December 29th, 1991. And a good battle with the Nature Boy where Ric Flair shows the Real World Championship, and of course they burned it out. Or they burned it out at the time. Okay, Disc 3, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage versus Vader and Nature Boy Ric Flair from Slamboree, May 21st, 1995. Good matches from WCW. That was also a good pay-per-view too, Slamboree, 1995. The Resident Monster Steel Cage match for the WWE Championship, Hogan versus Vader from Bash at the Beach, July 16, 1995. Not a bad cage match, wasn't the best, but was alright. Legendary fan favorites, Hulk Hogan versus Sting from Nitro, November 20, 1995, which Hulk Hogan comes out all in black. That was the time around Hogan was doing all the things with the Dungeon of Doom and stuff like that was going on. And Hogan wanted to join the dark side and all that stuff that was going on. Hogan, this was before the NWO actually was formed, but Hulk Hogan was wearing black in that match against Sting. Now we go into the NWO WCW Championship match, Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus the Giant from Sold Out, January 25th, 1997. One of his many matches with the Big Show, aka the Giant. They had a number of matches not only then, but afterwards too. They had a couple matches in WWE, not in WWE, but they did have a match in Memphis on the independent scene, I believe, in 2007. Hogan and the Big Show. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Hollywood Hogan from Nitro, September 28, 1988. One of his many classes with Bret Hart. I think they had a couple matches in WCW. Feel that aired on Nitro. Hogan against Hart. There was more than one. I know that they had in WCW, which was pretty cool to see. The return Hollywood Hulk Hogan on the fans. Raw, March 18th, 2002. That's when Hulk Hogan got that monstrous ovation. He got like 3, 4, 5 million ovation at the night. That's why the night after WrestleMania, when the match had with the Rock the night before, and the ovation Hulk Hogan got, I'm telling you, was an ovation for the ages. That ovation he got that night from the crowd was unbelievable. How they just kept going and going and cheering and never stopped. That was unbelievable to see. I couldn't believe how happy I was to see that. Being a huge Hulk Hogan fan and see him come back in 2002, man, that was good. To see him get that ovation from the fans. Red and Yellow was back. WWE Undisputed Championship match. Hulk Hogan versus Nature Boy from the Raw, May 13, 2002 edition, which was one of my favorite Raws. To see them two go at it once again, Hogan and Flair. Now, that was the last time Hogan and Flair would meet before TNA. They did have some run-ins in TNA, but that was the last match in WWE, which was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Of course, Hogan retains the belt in that one. Still in the hunt, #1 contenders match, Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Triple H. SmackDown from June 6, 2002. Now, earlier in the night, Hogan and Triple H both were co-winners of a Battle Royal. They eliminated at the same time that they had the Battle Royal. I remember watching that battle. I actually think I have it on tape somewhere. I taped that SmackDown, I believe. Got it somewhere. But anyways, yeah, they could both co-win the Battle Royal that night, and then later in the match, Vince McMahon decided for them to have a match to see who would go on to face Undertaker at King of the Ring. And it turned out Triple H beat Hulk Hogan that night on SmackDown, which was a really good match. I really enjoyed the one between Hogan and Triple H, where Triple H would win and go on to face Undertaker at King of the Ring. Tag Team Gold, WWE Tag Team Championship match, Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Edge versus Billy and Chuck, SmackDown, July 11, 2002, which was the rematch. It's not the one everybody knows where Hogan and Edge went on Independence Day. It was the following week when Billy and Chuck got the rematch, which wasn't as good as the week before. It was an alright one, but it wasn't as big a moment as Hogan and Edge winning on the 4th of July, which was a lot better. An Olympic hurdle, Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Kurt Angle, SmackDown, August 1st, 2002, which was a really good one. I really enjoyed that one. Hogan versus Angle. Of course, Hogan wins that one by DQ because Kurt Angle brings the chair into the ring and gets disqualified. Of course, Hogan would win to face Brock Lesnar. They had an argument earlier in the night between him and Angle, who had won who wanted to face Brock Lesnar between them. And they, of course, had words, Hogan and Angle. And so Stephanie McMahon, who was the general manager of SmackDown, then come out and decided to have a match between them two. And the winner would face Brock Lesnar. Of course, Hogan ended up winning it by DQ, like I said, Angle bringing the chair in. And then Hogan would win it by DQ, and then, of course, going to face Brock Lesnar next week on SmackDown. And then the last, Immortality. So this DVD is very good. Very good on the Hulkster, baby. Hulk Hogan 24-inch Python, baby. The Hulkster. You can't go wrong with the Hulkster, daddy. This DVD set is everything that you could want in Hulk Hogan DVD. This one, I think, and the Hulkster Rules is the best Hulk Hogan set you can get. The Ultimate Anthology is good too, but if I had to pick, I'd go with this one. The matches are a lot better because they're a lot harder to find. I think they really did a good job on this one in the Hulkster. Very good one. The Hulk Hogan. I really enjoyed this DVD, this set, and I'm glad I picked it out. I might actually end up, I like this DVD set so much, I might end up picking up another copy of this if I can find it for a good price. It never hurts to have 2 copies of a DVD if you can get it for a good price. Never know if something happens to one and you have another copy for a backup. I'm thinking about rebuying this over again, so I love this DVD a lot. They did an awesome job. Love it. Can't go wrong with the Hulkster. He's the best. He's my all-time favorite and always will be, and you can't go wrong with the Hulkster. So anyways, yeah, so this has been the Marv 800, and this has been my review on Hulk Hogan's Unreleased Collector Series, and I'm out.